I'll call him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call him. Chairman Collins, absent. Vice Chairman Martinez,
Here.
Commissioner Almeidas,
Here.
Commissioner Miller. Absent. Commissioner Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Ryan
Here.
and Commissioner Bonjour here. Excellent. So we have a quorum.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're gonna,
Yes, so the first order here is a certificate of compliance, petition ID 7979. For the property known as 30 Brianna Lane. DEP file 294226, originally filed under conditions of March 1989. The applicants Joseph and Denise Zarlengo, they're pretty much just selling their home. And they would like a certificate of compliance, but in this particular situation, I'm going to show you guys what is going on here. So the whole site plan for this, let me.
I don't know if you all remember, but this was a piece of property with many houses. It was built. They put an order of conditions almost on all of them. And like, I think in this case is one that they're not even near the wetlands. But nothing was done. And then as these people began to sell their houses, as soon as they want to. Yeah, so that's, we've done these, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole lot has got 17 houses on it.
Right.
This particular one that the people are trying to sell is lot 4. It did have wetland issues as a whole right here, and that would be the west side of the property. You can see this is the south branch of Mill River going up here. This is the whole lot. So these, I believe these 1, 2, 3 houses here might have had some wetland issues. But they're probably 300 feet away from lot 4 here. That's the one that's being sold. So
Just, I'm not seeing the screen on my.
okay, hold on one second. Let me see if I can. How about now? Can you see that?
It's there, yes. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so this property, it's lot number 4, which is right here, that's being sold. And this particular property does not have any wetland issues. But like I said, these 3 may have in the past when it was being built. Like I said, the stream is kind of going.
And they did it on as a blanket for all of them. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think we
it's
just
a
did
blanket
one,
for
I
all.
don't know, 6 months to a year ago.
Yeah. So at this time, I was just wondering if you guys would be okay with issuing a partial certificate of compliance, just because of course we can't do the whole thing, so it would be just for the one property.
There's 17 houses there now.
Yeah,
These are old.
Oh.
These were built,
18 houses. from-
yeah, these were built, I want to say
Next
20 years, yeah,
Yeah.
more than 20 years
The
ago.
original order of conditions was from March of 1989, so yeah, so it's.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
It is, and it's the one where this builder, everything he built, as you see, the other one, Jean Marie, Brianna, and this must have been every female in his family.
Yeah.
Street named.
Yeah, so.
So
Yeah,
if
if
somebody
you'd like
want to
to-
make a motion for a partial,
I'll make a motion to issue partial certificate of compliance for this property at Brianna Lane.
I'll second. Motion.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Alrighty.
so the next one is,
And then. The next one is a partial. Hold on a second.
do you have another one for you?
Screen share again. Yeah, hold on one second, guys. Yeah, it's petition ID 7993. This is another certificate of compliance for the property known as Leach Street. So this is a new,
It's not on a, I don't see it.
that's right.
Oh, did you send out a new?
Yeah, sorry, I sent it out. Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to the old one, yeah,
It's near.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
this one, okay, here we go. Let me go back to Zoom.
Yeah.
And share that. Clarence, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So this one, another certificate of compliance. These are two brand new houses here at Leach Street. As you guys can see here, this is our 100-foot buffer, and then this line right here is the 50-foot no disturb buffer. And so when these properties were being built, I was speaking to Phil and we were talking about the 50-foot no disturb buffer here, how it's so close to this to the backyard. We asked them to, it's actually in the order of conditions for there to be permanent monumentation
Right.
on the property, so the people that buy the houses know that there's a wetland in the backyard.
Yeah,
So-
and we actually switched to those from the trees. Originally, sometimes they were putting trees down.
Okay.
Problem with the trees on forever, but those
Right.
monuments
So
were,
we put
they
markers
work
here.
there.
The wreath markers here.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about that right now. So I did a couple site visits. Supposedly they were up the first time. They were not. I couldn't find them, so I contacted them and they put them up. The first ones were not permanent, but I talked to them and made sure that the ones that were put up
what were they?
just last week, they were just wood.
Yeah,
So you could just take them right out of the ground. And so I-
Some of them use those, the cement, they're like, they're about this big and it's just a,
Yeah, and they're like kind of triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and those work well.
Those
I
work
mean,
very
and they last.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, he re-anchored them, or so he got new galvanized steel poles and then re-anchored them into the ground. Put cement on them, they're very much permanent now, so
Okay.
they
Have the
satisfy
houses
my
been
needs.
sold?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if they've been sold, I know
Okay.
they're in the process of trying to do that, but
And that'll be on their deed.
yeah. So at this time, if you guys, it satisfies me as far as,
And that's not,
issues.
that's that's not a partial.
Yeah, this would be a full, yeah, this is our biggest concern, was a 50-foot well.
And your big shops.
Everything else is good.
So somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to issue a full certificate of compliance for these properties on Leach Street.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Right.
Aye.
Okay,
So now that they're. Okay, those two, so now we're back to those.
yeah,
Oh, no, and that,
so we have,
enforcement order. That's what you were talking about, the enforcement order. Okay.
Yeah. So I got a call, it was the
Yeah,
12th, Friday, the 12th of April. For 32 undimmed circle of trees being taken down well within the 50-foot no disturb zone.
Mhm.
So a couple of people were concerned about it, so upon getting the call, I went out
Let's
and
see. Because there's been a couple of.
his first name.
Okay, it's a B, okay, never mind.
Yeah. And so when I got I'm just gonna pull this up so everybody can see where.
So we have some issues with the woman there, that's why I was wondering if that's.
Yeah, that's where I grew up over there.
Really?
Yeah, did you declare?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right by the wa, were you on the water?
No, but about 3 houses away from the entrance where our sign is
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
on the bottom of Cherokee
Oh, yeah,
and Stapleton.
All right, so when so
They
when I
look like
got
they
the
cleared a whole
call.
back area.
That's. Yeah, I got the call. You guys all probably recognize this. This is water shops here at Lake Massasoit.
Uh-huh.
So when I got the call, I drove out there and, as I'm getting there, I see that the gate, this guy has this fence, which nothing was filed for that either. So it just
Right.
kind of, the fence was just kind of built. There's no record of it.
Right, because the wildlife.
Yeah, exactly. And so the fence happened, or the gate happened to be open, so I saw it, I peeked in, I could see that this is exactly what the callers were concerned about. And then right here, pretty much right at this garage or shed in back is that 50-foot no disturb zone.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, so I noticed immediately that you've got some, soil disturbance here, but also and most importantly, you've got multiple trees that have been cut right down.
Mhm.
And then you can see right here, this is a tree that basically just the trunk was left, all the branches were taken off.
Mhm.
And so I snapped the pictures of it, went back to the office and started out to work a cease and desist letter, sent it to the people the owners, last Tuesday.
Did you mention the fence as well?
Yep, yeah, so as soon as I did that, I was called, by the homeowner because he had heard about, there being an issue and people calling. And so I explained to him what was going on. And basically that I gave him a cease and desist. He was looking at grading this property to kind of bring it down because he wanted to put a pool there. And I told him, look, man, you can't, this is not,
Mhm.
you're within that 50 foot, you're within 100 foot, the 100 foot goes right up to the road. So he's gonna be
Yeah.
as it is. But halfway through the property is a 50 foot no disturb zone, which
Mm.
multiple trees were taken. So I asked him how many trees were taken total, and he said 4 trees were completely removed. And then 6 trees were cut down to, you guys can see this right here at the very
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Were basically cut down to where it's just a standing trunk of the tree. So the tree's essentially been killed as well. So the total, so it's a total of 10
You need to
trees.
have the stump ground and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that intentional to like cut half of it down?
Well, they
Yeah.
probably haven't finished.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not, I don't know why he let them stay there for the time, but I don't know, maybe it was a time or money constraint or something like
Yeah.
that. But he said that he has plans to put a pool right here. So, and I told him, I said,
Yeah.
anything you do moving forward, you're gonna have to submit some paperwork forward, or something like that. But this absolutely needs to be brought to the commission, so I figured at this time, I'd like to share this with you guys.
Well, no, you.
I'd like to try something also. We were at the meeting where Tim Allen, city councilor,
Yeah,
had a group of department heads here. And there's a new city ordinance. I do not know if it's in effect. But cutting trees unsupervised like this carries a heavy fine.
yeah,
No. I don't know if council has passed it or not yet, or if it's pending.
I know that
I
Nate,
think they passed it.
they passed it. I know that Nate had mentioned the new ordinance about diameter of the trees.
There's
That's
always
what-
been one on diameter trees,
Yeah.
even if it's on your property, if it's a certain diameter, even if it's your own property, you can't take it down.
Yeah,
You can take smaller trees down, but not,
right,
but this is more than just taking trees down, it's in the wetland.
yeah.
Do you call it clear cutting?
Yes, yeah, the majority of the trees that are present.
The other bark looks like pine.
Yeah,
Oh, it's those are pine,
yeah,
yeah.
this is pine and these are oaks.
And then there
So whose shed is that in the back of the garage? Was that
What's that?
authorized? The structure? The garage in the back of the blue, is it a shed or garage?
Yeah,
I think it's.
Was that-
And I think it was originally, I'm not sure of this, but I believe it was originally constructed when the house next door was too, because it's the same color of the house and it does look pretty old, so.
Okay,
I mean, if it was built before 71, then that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
okay.
Built, prior to 1971, then they can be there.
I think most-
Yeah, I think that neighborhood is probably that old.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, and I don't know about the deck, I don't know when the deck was built. I don't know, but the other fence that's over there, that's running straight down, right?
That's new.
That one.
yeah, this is.
That, yeah, but the fence, I mean, they
I mean,
can't block access from ducks or turtles, and, we mean, yeah.
Wildlife, yeah, regardless, he's, no
the
matter where
trees,
no matter where he puts the fence on the property, he's within at least 100 foot.
So you've talked to the owner?
Yeah, I've spoken to the owner multiple times, yeah, and so I told him that, we're gonna move forward with issuing the enforcement order. I
Yeah.
wanted to speak to you guys to let everybody here know about it. And I'll finish with the paperwork and all that, and what I'm thinking is that the next meeting, if we could all think of maybe some restoration plan for this property, get together and discuss it at that time.
Restoration there and elsewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Any area where the soil is disturbed, and then of course the trees,
Yeah.
trees being removed, but this is significant amount of trees, so.
Yeah. And they can't build. There was a case like this. We had some Lake Lorraine, there was a pool that was built. Prior to, I don't know how long the pool was there, but a new person moved in,
Right.
wanted to build a pool and said, why can't I? They have one.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't, but the one that was built, then they did some restoration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
So. So I got to share with you guys and let you
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
No problem. So we can,
And unfortunately, it's one of those cases when you buy a house, you sign 1 million pieces of paper, and one of them is conservation restrictions,
yeah,
especially when they're on, that close to the water, that's right on the water.
yeah, absolutely.
And
So I was,
I'm sure somebody, when that house was bought, it isn't like you're near a wetland. This is water shop's fun. So they had to be told when they bought that.
yeah,
It's not like a hidden wetland that you may not know about.
and I know a lot of people do.
And trees were blocked.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay.
Simply coming to the Conservation Commission would have saved him a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, so next we'll at the next meeting, we can discuss this more, about maybe a plan or something. Right, sounds good. And so the next order of business here is, I just want to let you guys know, TEC and the Alpha Amtrak is doing the annual brush clearing of the railways. So, track bed is going to be. cleared
It's
of
a
brush.
track bed, and I think a little on each side, isn't it?
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
I think they count the track bed as anywhere that the track
Yeah,
and then the gravel just that.
the gravel is,
Yeah, so,
yeah. Thanks.
so
Mom.
like, no residents, just,
What section?
it's the section of just, I think, southern and middle part of Springfield. It's not a very big section. It's,
They do.
they do it every year.
They-
By the way, they have the river.
they have-
Yeah.
We do have a safety, don't.
Yeah, they just.
It's something that has to be done.
Don't we approve some things for like 5 years?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Maybe they have,
2026, I think
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think they have.
Yeah.
Permit for 2026.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen them working. Correct.
yeah,
Yeah. And once again, just came through, I wanted to let you guys know what's going on, so that's as far as the brush clearing, and then finally.
and we don't have to go. We have, it's.
No, that's just something I guess.
Yeah.
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 And then finally. We have. So I'm not sure that's great, just a second. So the Parks Department, Laura Walsh from the Parks Department reached out to me regarding the CPA application for Van Sickle on behalf of the Springfield Old Timers Softball League. Basically, this would include,
That's just being voted on now. They're not even sure. We haven't even voted on that. It's amazing she sent that in. That hasn't even been voted on yet.
yeah, to see if it's gone, to see if it's actually gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's interesting that she sent that now because we haven't even picked this year's, and that's in this year's.
oh, really? Okay.
So it's funny that I'm surprised she said that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, so it would include the addition of 32 total acres of property that the Parks Department would get, they would incur. And then this is 30 of the acres right here, and there's a small chunk right here. I'll show you guys in a second, but just to give you guys an idea of kind of where it is. It's right, this is Abbey Brook right here. You guys are familiar with this, is the conservation, right, which is why she reached out to me in the first place. And then this right here is what the proposal is for too. So this ball field,
Mhm.
they basically just want to put a new fence here. Keep the existing fence, put a couple of dugouts, I think a path. Basically just improve the whole area, get the grass looking better with some aeration and overseeding. So. The 100-foot buffer would be right to the edge of the field right here. I know they're gonna be just putting a fence up, it doesn't concern me, it's just a fence.
Mhm.
And it's right on the edge, and so where the fence would start, they would work away from the buffer, so it'd be working away from that.
And that's an existing.
Yeah,
ball
exactly,
field.
yeah, and it's an existing ball,
Right.
they're not clearing anything,
No,
all
no.
they're doing is just putting a fence.
Mhm.
So, they would like a, so it's a transfer of acres, and then they would just like a letter of support from the Conservation Commission. So if somebody would like to offer that letter of support for this project, that's basically what you're seeking from us at this time.
And so that could be sent from the office.
Yeah, we can send that.
It's just a like, oh, that's why she wants it.
Yeah.
She needs a letter of support from
Yeah.
the Conservation Commission.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's actually it's a decent project, actually.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So-
Yeah, it's a really good project.
And I just reminded her through our email correspondence that, if any future projects are gonna happen, like, so this back.
See, when you said that, I thought she was coming in with the plans that she was doing. She just
They just want.
she just wants a letter.
Yeah, just let her.
In her application.
Yes, yeah, just for us, yeah.
Yeah,
So, and I reminded her just because and she already knew that she's great, this property abuts the conservation property right
Yeah.
here, so any projects that they plan to do, if they plan to do anything in future. Just come to us, let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
If they plan to move, it's sort of next to conservation property. I never knew that the Springfield Housing Authority owns property.
I know.
I always thought. it was-
Always, I just, yeah, that's,
Yeah.
it's the one thing about CPA, I've learned a lot of history is, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I assume maybe it was purchased, they thought they were gonna build something and,
yeah,
yeah.
Did the housing authority do that Shane Circle development? Originally, is that why they ended up with that?
you talk about this? I don't know, that's a good question, I don't know. Possibly, I don't know,
Mhm.
but that's it. I thought the whole thing was conservation like for a while.
Yeah.
Was brought up, so that's very interesting, but yeah.
Kind of,
So,
it's a funny shaped piece of property too.
yeah, this one is too, they both are.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I mean, that,
Yeah, so,
you know what it is, there were a lot of properties sold prior to 1971.
yeah,
People thought they were gonna build things, there were even, those roads that don't exist, but they exist on maps.
yeah,
And so people bought
right,
so much property,
yeah,
and then 1971 happened,
yeah.
and they couldn't build.
Yeah.
And so consequently, a lot of people sat on that property
Mhm.
and didn't pay their taxes, and then in the end, gave it to the city of Springfield.
A lot of our housing inventory, at least single families, it's like World War like 40s through 60s.
Yeah,
And then there's
yeah.
a huge decline.
Yeah.
The construction side of the economy.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's all that's going on right now, that's the information, that's since we last met. We've got a couple more things coming, but we can see here, so. But yeah, well, actually, I guess first, do you guys have any more input for?
no, and our guests, do you have any? Do you have any questions you wanna ask?
Questions, concerns?
No, okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, there's more. It's more.
Okay.
Those things.
Okay,
Okay.
so motion to close the meeting?
Motion for this meeting, absolutely. 1 second.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
okay,
All right, Chairman Martinez,
yes.
Commissioner,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Ryan,
Yes.
and Commissioner Van Gogh. Yes. Excellent.